That's where we're going. Back in your lives, in your ears and in your face. Welcome to my place.
You like
I like that
just
intro, bro.
Flipping poet, bro.
Welcome back to another episode of Papa G's House. In my last episode with the mighty peasant.
Yo, that was epic. It was a good.
It was,
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was really cool to hear all the stories from their tour and all that kind of jazz.
And for a hardcore band, such nice guys. It's like
Dude, they're awesome, hey?
super chilled and like, yeah, it was really cool.
Brian Binneman of Old Facing the Gallows, he posted peasant and pleasant.
Oh, flip, dude. Yes, I saw that meme. It was such a laugh.
Yeah, shout out to Brian. That was
only he could come up
funny.
with something like that. I mean,
yeah. But anyway, what I was saying is I announced at the last episode with Peasant that I would be doing some other vibes with you, my friend.
With moi.
With Granny J.
Yeah, Granny J.
When did I start calling you Granny J?
I don't know. It's when I think I told you guys to start calming down a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, man, this is our first little. I said that this is the whole point of us keeping the Papa G's House train going regularly. So we're gonna be sitting down a lot, and we've got like an agenda planned of what we're gonna talk about and all that kind of stuff. So
flipping froth to be
excited,
here and do it. Yeah.
Oh, and we're doing a new color.
Yeah, we have
I'm
to
gonna
get
try
a little
red
bit of a
today.
red vibe.
Yeah, but without further ado, your last weekend and my last weekend was pretty eventful.
It was.
You had plans. You were running in and out.
I
of this
was
place.
in and out, flipping, rushing back to catch the final part of what you're about to say.
Yeah. Essentially, I had organized a massive get together at my place because we all had a buddy down, Ross, from visiting from Berlin, and the UFC, Dustin Poirier versus Khabib was on. Habib. And it was nuts.
It was insane.
We watched start to finish. Actually,
Well, I didn't, sadly, because I had to rush out.
yeah.
But I came back, rushed back.
yeah, but you were here for the prelims and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I
had to.
It was the first time we've ever been able to watch the first prelim all the way to the
end,
finish.
yeah.
And that was just,
It was such a
was
great
special.
build-up. It made it even like, it made you just froth for that last fight because you're just watching everything else going and you know what's coming up at the end. And yes, it was just, I couldn't sit still where I was. I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to find out what's happening.
It was like, as a hardcore UFC MMA fan, like that was the pinnacle here.
Yes, I mean, you were frothing for days.
Yeah. But a lot of people were here, and it was fun, but it was a little difficult to manage. I definitely learned my lesson there.
Too many people that weren't interested in just coming in and out. But I mean, it kind of made for the vibe as well. It was cool.
For sure. The funniest part was when I think we were watching like Curtis Blades or whatever, and you came running through, and it was just as you had got back from your whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what you were doing, but that was hilarious.
I was just like, I got the second last fight, who was Barboza versus
Paul Felder.
Yeah. Also, that was a great build up to that final fight as well. Yes.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people are complaining about the decision.
I would complain about the decision, but
You would.
I would. I don't
You think Barboza won?
I think he won.
I also think so. Hey? I was
very surprised at the end that they called what's his name, Felder to win. I can't believe that he got it. I mean, it was close. It was a super close fight, but for me, Barboza had it definitely those first two rounds, or maybe the first round and the third round. But hey, I mean, I'm not a judge.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what they always say? Do not leave it in the judge's hands. So
yeah, we've seen those judges call some weird scores.
There's been some rough ones. I think the second Conor McGregor-Nate Diaz fight, I think Nate Diaz won that.
Can't remember that.
It was a long time ago.
I remember seeing some highlights and stuff, but I mean, what can you do? It's not up to us to call. So,
do you know what we've just done? We've just actually started with our sports segment.
Well,
we were supposed to put it later on in the episode. So,
dude, after a fight like this weekend, why would we put it at the end?
No, exactly. Okay, so skip the sports if you don't like what you're hearing. But yeah, dude, I must admit it was one hell of an experience just to like watch it as a fan. Habib, now 28 people have tried, 28 have failed. Paul Felder, he's a UFC commentator and a bloody good one as well. He's come off with a win, and Curtis Blades, I think he's the first to like really take a Russian wrestler and dominate.
See, now I missed all those fights.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
so let's move on. So
we had our main man, Don Madge.
Oh shit! I even forgot Don Madge.
He opened up the whole event. So Don Madge, in case, is the only South African in UFC.
Yeah.
And won his second UFC fight.
Yes.
That was not the most entertaining fight, but I mean, he had someone that was just counteracting everything he did. So it was a slow fight, but
there was a French dude, Siam. I can't believe. Thank you for reminding me. How's that? I was about to skip all of that. But anyway, well done, Don Madge, for repping SA in MMA.
Yeah.
Well done. So the first thing on our agenda is new music we've discovered.
Sure. So something that I've discovered, which happened to be, as far as I remember, I think it was Jared Dines, the YouTuber, posted something on Instagram saying, you have to check this band out. He found them and he loves them. And it's a band called Unprocessed. And ever since I saw that, they have blown me away. They are young
you
German
actually
dudes.
showed me, yeah.
Yes, they are insane.
Unprocessed.
Really good. Unprocessed. You're classified as, I think they said, progressive gents.
Okay.
So if you're into your progressive...
Like a Polyphia kind of vibe.
Very, very similar. So it is that with... I would even say even more progressiveness, if that's even possible. But yeah, young dudes ripping at music, great vocals. It's just they know what they're doing and they're just doing it right. So
sweet. So check out Unprocessed. Do you know where they're from?
Germany.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Unprocessed.
Epic band.
You know what we should do? I think maybe we can figure out a way where we can do like reaction videos, where you and I can check the stuff.
That would be cool.
Have a look.
If we could get around the whole YouTube thing, but we'll figure that out.
Does it really matter for me? Because it's not like I'm really worried about a small clip. Because I'm not monetizing or anything.
Yeah.
This is for the local underground scene, man.
No, totally. Maybe even just post a little link in your description or something like that to Unprocessed Band if people want to click on it or something,
That's a good idea. Yeah. But it'll be cool. How did people even get to do these playthroughs? And there's like a lot of them who get like 200,000 views on just their reactions, but they're using the artist's music in the video. How does that work? Do you know?
Dude, I've got no idea. This whole YouTube thing is just, I hear things are taken down and things are left up, and I've got no idea.
Like I said, this is for the South African local underground. It's actually not. It's for everyone, but it's not like I've ever worried about my videos being taken down or whatever the case may be.
No, totally. Luckily, you have run into some problems though, haven't you?
I've run into copyright when I've like featured a song that a band like's given me.
Oh, okay.
In terms of a video and stuff. Which means if I had to monetize, I wouldn't get that money anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So, whatever, who cares? So, Unprocessed is something new that you've discovered. They're from Germany, progressive metal.
Yeah.
You did show me, but I can't for the life of me. I remember there was one where it looked like he was standing in a coliseum kind of vibe.
Yeah, so they walked into this weird building that was run down with it looks kind of like a forest that's taken over this building, so it's really cool.
Okay.
Definitely check it out. Very interesting,
wicked
music style.
Okay, everybody stop and go check out Unprocessed right now. Any songs that you've
names? No, I've got no idea of names, but definitely Unprocessed, full stop. Everything I've heard from them is great.
Okay, well then my new band that I've discovered, and I think a lot of people are going to laugh at me, including Oliver and pretty much all the Bullet Script guys, is that
Parkway Drive is not new, eh?
Yeah, I've recently discovered The Haunted.
Oh, The Haunted.
Yeah, the reason being, and it's quite funny, is that I've been literally binging Ola England.
Okay,
Ola England, the positive
Ola,
Swede.
yeah.
And I think his content is unbelievable. And I'm coming for that lemon neon 6-string guitar. I need that guitar in my life.
It's an interesting looking guitar, but it is beautiful at the same time.
Well, it's not interesting. It's just bright.
Yeah.
But I love it. I want it. But anyway, so I'm listening to the album Strength in Numbers.
Okay.
They're super like groovy.
Dude, they're epic. You came quite late on board, eh?
I know. But that's something new music that I've discovered.
Yeah.
And I really dig it.
No, The Haunted got me
Swedish
going through early on, eh?
party death metal.
Yeah, they're flipping epic.
So that's new stuff that I've discovered. So then next, nostalgia band. What's your nostalgia band for this episode?
Funnily enough, I saw at it was a jam-packed productions show, I think, where ATFN popped up.
Okay.
Was it a jam-packed? It was in Joburg.
It was Ramfest.
Oh, was it Ramfest?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it was Ramfest.
Yeah, it was definitely Ramfest. And I saw the name ATFN pop up, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because I started listening to ATFN when they came out. All This for Nothing, called ATFN.
Okay, to be honest with you, I'm not familiar.
Okay, so ATFN was a band that when I was in a band back in high school, we were a punk band. There was another punk band called Pet Flies, which I think we both went to a show.
We
went to a house show. Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah.
So the guitarist from Pet Flies, I may be wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure. The guitarist from Pet Flies started this other band with a whole bunch of other guys, and that became ATFN. And we actually ended up playing a show with them, one of their first shows at a Pinelands High School show. And then they were just going around playing all these shows, and they were a really cool band. I mean, I still listen to some of this old original stuff.
So were they members of Pet Flies?
I think it was just the guitarist from Pet Flies. And then, I mean, they broke up, I think it was like 8-10 years ago. And then all of a sudden, bam, they're playing Ramfest. I was like, what? I didn't even know. Wicked, eh? And then I'm seeing...
I did see there was some sort of like documentary.
Yeah, I watched that documentary, and it was really cool seeing how they all went through. It was really well shot. Yeah, it was amazing, and just hearing their side of the story, why they broke up, why they wanted to get back together.
Yeah,
and just brought back all those like feels. It was really cool seeing a band that I kind of grew up listening to, and a local band.
Okay.
Coming back hard. Yeah. So
you really educate me on the older stuff because I wasn't around or wasn't aware of these things, and my interests were elsewhere.
Yeah.
But you really do bring a lot of insight in terms of those old gigs. Like you told me that you were like the early Hog shows, and you were a huge fan, and you've teched NoFX and
I've been through all the punk vibes there.
Yeah. That's why I said when I introduced you, I said you're punk, you're metal, you've got a long beard, and you're a wise crack.
Well, I'm trying. The wise cracks will maybe come later. I don't know.
Okay, so ATFN is your nostalgia band.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now I feel like I have to go South African now that you've...
I don't think you have to.
You've said your nostalgia band if they're South African. But I just wanted to start my nostalgia band off on a note where... It means a lot to me. Is my nostalgia band is Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. Never quite got into them. I mean, flipping great band, but never really hit me hard. But I mean, I can see why people dig them.
Okay, yeah. I was just thinking, like, when we thought of these segments, and like, what bands would you do as your nostalgia bands? And I thought of all, some obvious ones in my mind.
Yeah.
But then I had to say, is like. The bands that got me into music and really made me appreciate music from an early age, from when I was living in Durban and my dad's automatic. We used to pretend that the automatic gear shift was like a turbo boost, and he would drop it and it would go. And I just remember we would be playing like Fleetwood Mac.
So that was your pops' influence, eh?
There's going to be many more of these to be introduced in my nostalgia bands. But my first one this episode with you, Granny J, is Fleetwood Mac.
I've never quite liked that.
And one thing that really got me back into what you don't like that.
the Granny J. I mean, hey, but whatever.
Yeah. Papa G, Granny J, bro. Check out The Dance. They all got back together I think it was like 1997, and they got together for like a once-off show, and it is the most electric show you've ever seen. In fact, Lindsey Buckingham, that there's 2 tracks. One was Big Love that he did on the acoustic, and then the other one was Winners, Losers. I can't remember what the actual name of the song is, but holy crap. It's one of the most incredible live concerts you'll see.
Jeez, I'll definitely have to check that out.
So, I'll show you pretty much.
Okay, well,
after this.
as soon as this. Okay.
Okay, so that's
And
on
we're done.
that's
Oh,
on
sorry,
nostalgia bands. Okay. Next on the list is live gigs, local gigs. So let's go to the trusty tablet.
Let's do this.
I mean, have you got any in your mind before I start referring?
Well, I know there's one international band. I mean, back again to the metal thing.
NERVO
Chaos.
Yes.
Brazilian band. I think they kind of the death metal. Definitely
I'm not actually sure.
As far as I know, I've heard like 1 or 2 songs.
I think they've been here before.
Have they?
I'm not sure.
Very possible. I mean,
there has been a Brazilian metal band, and I don't know if it's them, but I'm pretty sure that they've been here before. I recognize their name.
It's very possible. I mean, as soon as it was announced, people were frothing. So I was like, okay, clearly a band I've missed out on. And when I heard it, they were cool. Not really my style, but I mean, international band coming to South Africa.
No,
as
for
I've
sure.
said before, you need to go support all these bands if you want to get these other bands down or get more bands down. Go support every band that comes down.
And you got FTG, who are supporting them, supporting the whole. No, it's actually not a supporting. I think it's them both.
So we finally get to see Facing the Gallows in Cape Town with the new lineup.
Yes,
so
that's
fresh.
true.
Yes,
that's very true. I'm very excited. It's okay. So Sunday, October 20, at UNPROCESSED Stellenbosch. That is Facing the Gallows, Devil Speak, and NERVO Chaos.
Is it at Stellenbosch?
Yeah,
I thought it was
UNPROCESSED on the Sunday.
Oh, on the Sunday. Aren't they playing Mercury?
No.
Okay. So that's okay.
Then they're playing at Mercury on Saturday the 19th. So they're playing the Sunday at UNPROCESSED. That makes sense.
UNPROCESSED. Okay, yeah, Joe.
And then Stellenbosch.
They're
Stellenbosch.
playing.
No, with Devil Speak. So UNPROCESSED on the Sunday.
That's very interesting.
They're playing with Devil Speak and Gallows. Well, Gallows and NERVO Chaos. Then on Saturday the 19th, they are playing with Peasant and Thread of Omen at Mercury on the 19th.
So Gallows aren't playing the Saturday, they're only playing the Sunday.
Pardon?
Gallows only playing the Sunday.
No, they're playing both.
Oh, okay, they're playing both. Okay.
That's why I said I think the tour is a combined tour. It's not just, with support from, I'm being an idiot. I'm being a complete idiot.
It's fine. I'm used to this.
Okay, so that's something huge to look forward to. So everybody check that out. And then I see there's one thing that's just popped up on my screen is that check out, save the date for December 6th on a Friday. It's Deathworm at Mercury. It's Raksha, Peasant, Deadline from Joburg.
Okay.
That's cool. And then Zombies.
When's that?
Raw and Uncut, the last word in a writhing terror.
You said, what was that date again?
Friday the 6th of December. So I'm just saying, save the date. It's popped up already. I'm clicking interested. There we go.
It's true Cape Townian, only interested until it's the day.
And then what's coming up is Ellington's 23rd birthday bash, part 2, Saturday, September 28th, and it's Kill Frenzy, Ma'at. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Halvar. Is that past or is it?
Well, can't be if it's the 28th of
Bloodbath, Abaddon, Bullet Script, Devil Speak, and Voltamada. Voltamada, Joel.
Wait, there's a band called Bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
Oh, Bath.
As in
okay.
The puke.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
very close to
fronted
Bloodbath.
by Joe Marie Smith, I think. ex Junkyard Lipstick, and she did that
Okay.
really cool collaboration with I think it was a Swedish dude. I'm not sure. I will get back to you on that one.
Okay.
But that's the local gigs. And recently announced September the 21st, Crimson House Bounceology launch. How could we miss that? Crimson House, it's at Mercury Live. 120 Rand at the door, 80 Rand online. Yeah, 21st of September, dude. That's
Okay, that's
around the corner.
yeah. I also see there's a big Halloween show that Treehouse Burning are playing at Mercury. It's Treehouse Burning, and for the life of me, can't remember the supporting acts. Maybe you can find it there. But there's definitely a Halloween party with Treehouse Burning. Halloween party.
Oh.
Sounds like it could be a jewel.
Oh, you're talking about Asylum. Misbehavior at prison, House of Rebels.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no, is it not at Mercury? It was definitely
Raksha, Bullet Script.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, that's on the 26th of October.
Okay, 26th of October.
Oh,
okay.
how could I forget?
Yeah.
More news coming soon.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Well,
Okay.
that's why I'm here.
Wait for further announcements. Okay, so what is next on our agenda, Granny? You are letting me down here, bro.
Bro, I'm so sorry. I don't have an iPad. I've got
Oh,
a phone.
next point is international gigs. Don't know about anything in that regard other than FDG Facing the Gallows has just played at Varken.
Jeez.
They also supported Ginger on a number of shows,
yeah.
which, yes, that's wicked, eh?
Dude,
I'm so stoked for them.
those guys have, I mean, ever since they got the new vocalist, I'm not saying that Brian didn't do anything, but I don't know what's happened. They've just got a new fire underneath them, and they've just been going, and I think also winning the Wacken battle and going to Germany. I think every weekend they've been playing at least a show. They've just been going
working hard,
to the wall, and
they got new rigs. They've sponsored by in-ear monitor, Choral.
Dude, so stoked for those guys. I mean, they've been working long
just-
enough to get that kind of stuff going.
Yeah, all
stoked for
that
them.
those years and all that hard work is actually paying off.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing them jamming with the new vocalist. I mean, I watched the whole Varken show. Obviously it was
even me.
cell phone quality and all that, but you can tell that dude is pure power.
Dude. Do you know what was the best thing that got me a little bit in the feels about that show? Is that Brian actually planned to go with his father to Wacken, bought his tickets, I think, like a year beforehand. No idea that...
he uploaded a video of his dad opening the ticket.
Yeah, that Gallows were going to win or anything, and then there's Brian standing there watching his boys. You know, that was his band. You know? And I'm sure that meant a lot to him being there, and it must have been so epic for him and for them. Like actually still being there together.
No,
you know?
for sure.
So that was really cool.
A lot of the time, like when they return back from, that's actually what we're talking about. We're going to feature a local band today and talk about them. So Gallows be the one, where they actually at the end of the one post they mentioned all the past members and stuff, and they've all kept a really good relationship, and that is a really, not to get like soppy or anything like that, but that's something to look up to in the sense that no band separation for whatever reason needs to be on bad terms. It always should be amicable.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've looked up and said, shit, that's actually bloody good.
It's really cool.
To that, that hasn't been any sort of bad blood or anything like that. So,
and you can even see that in the new Kill Switch Engage. I mean, the song that they just launched now,
with
video
Howard Jones,
with Howard Jones coming back in, and you can just see the love is all there, and
100%.
they were speaking. It's like, no, there is no hate. It's like, be all there. It's just was right decisions, right time. We moved on. He's moved on, and great. Look, he still comes back. There's no bad blood.
Speaking of which, actually, I'm gonna have Luke Edwards on soon.
Oh, sick.
He was actually supposed to be here last weekend, and we both were sick.
Oh.
So expect an episode soon with Luke Edwards. That's going to be fun,
That's going to be very interesting.
He's doing lots of work and he's just a machine.
Yeah. He's not the machine. He's just
He's
a machine.
a machine, yeah. He loves to produce music.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so Face and the Gallows are doing the thing. So looking forward to having them down in Cape Town again.
Yes, I'm so keen.
They've actually Dawson this. They've actually Dawson this.
They've
actually
here,
slept over here, man. They
and not the only ones either.
Oh, and they played our EP, our first EP launch. Good
Jeez,
guys,
that
good
was
guys. So I'm excited to see them. It was actually really cool. I saw the whole band when we played Open for Attila with Atlantic South in Joburg, with Brochella Presents Attila, featuring Riddle Break, Red Helen, and us and Attila. So it was great, man.
I heard it was a great show.
Wah! You saw the after movie, yeah?
I saw. I definitely
Shout
saw.
out to Chris Pracer, who put that video together. It was absolutely amazing. So next on our list, dude. The next on our list is actually fan questions.
Oh,
we
fan
don't have any
questions.
fan questions.
No fans.
But why not?
Please can we have fans?
Why not? Why don't we just take this opportunity to say thank you so much to everybody who has taken a gander at the videos and the interviews with the bands. Really enjoying it. Just to name a few people who have commented, the first person to ever comment on any of my videos was Alan Simmons. He was so shout out Alan Simmons. Charlie,
Yeah.
he listens to them and gives me some feedback. Mark Allnut. Geez, there's a few. So thank you to everybody who have stuck by me and
showed some
there's
support.
more to come. Yeah. Okay, so no more fan questions.
Yeah. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much.
Local scene news. Shit.
I've got something that's actually pretty cool. So, sadly, the town Cafe Rue closed down.
Okay.
But now a new venue's opened up, kind of similar. It's called the Jagger Lounge.
Okay. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. So I think that opened last month. The 29th was the opening date. And it's owned by Mike Vaughan, who is a co-owner of Mars Music.
Mm-hmm.
There's Andy Mack from Fat Stanley and Art Matthews. I think there may be one or two others, but I think they're the three main guys, if not the only guys. And the opening weekend was, I think, Flat Stanley played. Obviously, it would be because he's a co-owner. Art Matthews played, and Mike plays bass in Art Matthews' new band. Hot Water played, and there's just gigs lined up. So they're kind of taking the same route as Cafe Rue, where just very similar thing. Come for drinks, sit down, have food, live acts. Obviously, not full bands, but a little bit more broken down. And I'm seeing like the gig lineup they've got this month. I think they just had Josh Scott, who was the drummer for Gangs of Ballet, and he plays drums for Matthew Mole. He's started his own solo thing, so he played there last Friday. You've got Freshy Ground are coming up. I think Ross from Prime Circle is doing a solo thing there. There's Constant and like big acts, and those guys. I mean, those three guys. No, it's smaller than the Nordic one. I don't know if you've been to the Nordic one.
I haven't.
Okay, so it's not big, but it's nice.
Cafe Rue?
Yeah, Cafe Rue.
Yes, I've been there.
Oh, okay, so it's slightly smaller. Maybe it's the same size. I don't know, but it's really cool, intimate shows. You're right on top of the stage, and it's just really cool and nice environment. A nice little street in in Short Market Street.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just have to give a shout out obviously to Mike and Andy and Art.
Sweet, we must go check it out. Yeah. Well, have you checked it out yet?
I was there just before it opened, chatting to Mike and stuff, and Matthew Mole played a show there just as Cafe Rue were closing. I think he played the last week that they were open. So I got to see the kind of changeover. Okay. But yeah, really exciting for all of them to take open up a new club venue place. So, I mean, it's really cool.
With live music.
Yeah.
Hats off from my side. Yeah. I think that's always, I mean, we could use with a lot more.
Yeah, a lot more.
A lot more being an understatement.
Yeah.
I think we need a hell of a lot more. Then from me, I think local scene news is not necessarily scene news, but I think Blended Podcast, Blended Audio are doing a good thing. They've got now a thing called Blended Podcasts, where there's a whole number of different types of shows, art, music, etc., etc.
I don't even know what this Blended Podcast is.
So I'll take you through it now when we're done. I've listened to the first two episodes of Sound Vibes.
Okay.
With Patrick Davidson and Nathan McClure.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty cool that those guys are doing that. It's a really nice dynamic. It's the episode I listened to today was about writing music. You know,
is it their two podcasts kind of, or
it's the podcast is Patrick Davidson and Nathan McClure.
Oh, really?
We've
cool.
had Patrick Davidson on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think he was my third guest.
When
I
we
want to
say
run it back with him
he
for
means
sure.
just Papa G.
Yeah, yeah. But I would love to run it back with him. And then someone who I've actually been talking about getting on is Nathan McClure. They're
because you have to get
part of
Raksha on at some point.
What's that?
You have to get Raksha on at some point.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, fuck, Nathan can have an episode.
Just for
and then you can do Raksha as well.
Yeah.
Because we go way back as well, you know, the Bill Jacine days and all that shit. And so that's a very cool dynamic between the two of them. Listen to it, Sound Vibes, second episode's out. I'm so glad everybody's getting involved in the podcast community.
Dude, it's really cool.
So fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
And it's a good listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my news for now.
Yeah.
Then sports news, I think we can skip that. We went through the UFC right in the beginning.
Totally. But we didn't mention the Khabib fight, but technically Khabib
Well, the next
won.
thing we can quickly just say is Cowboy Cerrone is fighting Justin Gaethje this weekend.
This weekend. That's pretty big as well. Yeah. Pretty big.
Just, if you guys have DSTV, PVR it. If you don't, watch it live.
Or
do whatever
stream
you need
it the
to do.
next day.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. And then obviously the World Cup starting. We'll maybe talk
Get
about a
that
bit of
in there.
that and all that.
when
Springboks
is the starting date?
I think it's next week.
I thought it was... Okay, cool. I knew it
think
was
it's
like
next week, yeah.
next week or the weekend after, yeah.
And the last current news. Nothing really much to talk about.
No. I mean, with this country, there's so much going on. But we won't even go into
there.
But I think everyone knows what's happening in our current news in this country. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's much we can say that
Other
hasn't
than
been
just
said.
be better. Let's just all be better.
Just be better.
Let's just be better. I feel like we can't end on that note, bro.
We can't end on that note.
Yeah, everybody just needs to be a little bit better.
Just
You know, even if it's a little bit, that's a start.
yeah.
But lots to look forward to. I'm gonna talk about something a little bit
Okay.
personal.
Okay.
Both my bands, Atlantic South and Ill System, they be cooking. There's things happening.
Really? Is the thing?
So look out
finally.
for some. Just look out for some. That's all you need to do from my side. But this is Papa G's house. This is the new segment with Granny. I call him Granny J. You guys can call him Granny J as well.
You don't have to though.
If you've enjoyed it, thank you so much. Subscribe, hit that little notification bell. I upload the videos a little bit earlier for the subscribers so they can get it earlier, and then I'll only upload it to Facebook and Instagram and all that jazz. But this has been a cool first one. I was a little nervous in the beginning.
Yeah, I scare him a little bit. I don't know why.
You do, eh?
Is it the beard?
Like there's a few times where we've done false starts, and obviously you being the first ever guest on Papa G's house, I had about 4 false starts, and it just
I was here. I remember.
I had deja vu where I had to do this intro maybe 2-3 times.
Yeah,
Let's just forget that even happened. But shot, dude. It's always good to sit down and chat with you.
Dude, we do this every day almost anyway, so
Exactly.
might as well just put a mic in front of us.
I was going to introduce and say, what are we going to argue about today? But anyway, also current news. One thing that I forgot about is Wage War. They've come up with that new album, Pressure. Everybody just check it out. If you like core, if you don't like core, just make a decision. Just give it a chance. For me, there's some crazy
bangers,
riffs.
bangers.
Crazy riffs. Took me a while to get used to some of the poppy lyrics and all that kind of jazz. But it's great.
Dude, I think we could get. It would be another half an hour if we had to say all the bands that actually had a album launched in the past like month, and that's launching this month. I mean, there's like Tool. There's
that's why I didn't want you to go into the Tool.
I won't, but I'm just saying.
No,
there's
for sure.
This is the time period in the year that every band is just launching.
There's
an
lots
album,
of
and
stuff
there's
coming
so
out.
much, and a lot of good.
Yeah, for sure. Subscribe to Papa G's house.
Click like.
Until then, we say peace.
Peace.
I don't wanna go anywhere else. I wanna go to Papa Jesus. Yeah, that's where we're going.